Good evening, everybody. This is Tonetta. I hope everybody's doing well. This is Tonetta from the Tonetta Clay channel here on YouTube. And I want to just say hello and good evening to you all. I'm actually wanting to do another video this evening to, of course, kind of talk about my last few days in my journey to success in business. Again, if you haven't, of course, subscribed to my channel, make sure that you're clicking the subscribe button to your right and also clicking the or choosing the all for the notification bell so that you can receive all the updates, all the videos that I put here on YouTube. So I just want to make sure that you all have that set. And I remind you again at the end of this video, I remind you all again. But like I said, this is Tonetta from the Tonetta Clay channel. And I just want to kind of come on and tell you all kind of what I've learned in the last about almost like 3-4 days, I guess, since my last video. This past Saturday, I did my first tea time with Tonetta because I hadn't done one in a while since like last summer. So I wanted to revamp the show, bring it back, and I decided to bring it back to my group. So my group on Facebook, Speak Your Truth Community. So I brought it back to that group. And my first session or first tea time with Tonetta was this past Saturday from 11 to 12. And of course, I talked about, I finished up our session actually on, because I was doing a relationship session actually, or relationship series rather, about how to improve your communication with your partner in your relationship. So of course, I made that series, of course, because I know it's during COVID-19, and I know a lot of folks are, of course, forced to be at home. And in some cases, folks are forced to be at home with their partner, their kids, and they have no idea now how to relate to these people because they've been so busy with work and school and doing all these extracurricular things, but they haven't taken their time to, of course, especially with the relationship, cultivate the relationship with their partner. And like I said, I did that series out of that concern, I guess I put it that way. And actually, another lady, when I was doing my video on my regular Facebook page, Lord, I got something in my mouth. Some lady, one of the people in that video, they actually posted that in that video that they were having some issues with their partner. They had, of course, been at home, that kind of thing, and they're now starting to have some issues. So, of course, like I said, from those comments that I got in that video, my series came from inspiration from that as well. So it was both me, of course, knowing that people with partners having some issues having to be forced back at home, and now, of course, having to learn how to communicate with their partners and that kind of thing. Because I was doing a video about I think it was keeping it simple or something, or taking it back to the basics. That's what I was talking about. And I'll actually have to post that video on here in the next, excuse me, Lord, in the next few days or so. But it was called taking it back to the basics, return to the basics. And the basics, like I said, with relationships and things like that, and of course us having to be forced at home and to do all these things that we used to do back in the olden days, I guess people say, when we were, of course, at home playing hide and go seek, playing different games, all that kind of stuff. So just taking it back to the basics. Of course, with the COVID, of course, hand washing, that kind of thing, that's the basic thing. That's the first thing that you're taught. That's, well, not the first thing, but one of the first things that you're taught as far as keeping that good hygiene and keeping your hands clean, keeping your hands germ-free, that kind of thing. So I was talking about taking things back to the basics, and she was commenting about, like I said, her partner and that kind of thing and some of the issues that they were now dealing with. I guess I'd say that. So like I said, I did take it upon myself to go ahead and create this series about relationships, improving the communication during your relationship. And I may have had like 9 or 10 videos. And like I said, in that series, and the last video was actually, like I said, this past Saturday with my tea time with Tonetta in the community. And I did 4 different topics, 2 topics that focus on improving your communication in the bedroom and 2 outside the bedroom. So I did talk about sex and all that kind of stuff and in that video as well. So if you all are not a part of that community, I will post that link in this video as well, so you all can, of course, join if you feel free to, and if that's something that you want to join. But like I said, I did talk about sex for this particular video, and I did have a lot of good comments and suggestions and that kind of thing that people wanted to hear about as well. So they wanted me to expand on some topics. So, and at some point, I will do that. Trust me on that one, because I'm not afraid to talk about anything or on video or in person. I guess I put it that way either. So like I said, I really enjoyed doing that series. That series took me maybe like about 2 weeks, a week and a half to complete. I guess I put it that way. And what I learned with doing that series, and I think I posted it on in the group this past Saturday evening before I went to bed, just having to of course think about the relationships and that kind of thing. And some of you all may not know that I had a relationship blog on Facebook for about 3-4 years actually. I did shut that group down in order to of course create this new Speak Your Truth, so I can of course bring the same similar kind of information to this group as well. I guess I put it that way. I just did not want to specifically focus on relationships with your partners. I wanted to focus on relationships. Jesus, excuse me. Y'all, my sinuses is spring and my sinuses drive me crazy. Excuse me for all of the huffing and all the stuff. But like I said, as far as me bringing that information, I wanted to include the children as well, as the relationships with the children, whether they're biological children, stepchildren, blended families, or foster or adoptive children. And the reason why I wanted to bring those kind of relationships, like the family dynamic and relationship as well, is because of course, for about, let me see, I worked the first almost 8 years in the with the children's division here in Missouri, and that dealt with child abuse and neglect within families, within households, the hotline process, I guess you want to put it that way. It talked about, of course, like keeping the main family, the biological family as cohesive as possible. If not, of course, some of those kids had to come into foster care. And for those who did not return home, or who parents wanted to terminate their rights, or they didn't want to see the child anymore, or the parents can be found, then of course we went the adoptive route. And like I said, I have a lot of experience dealing with stuff like that, and I wanted to, of course, bring that to the table. So I know there's other folks out there who may have similar things, I guess I put it that way, similar issues or similar experiences in dealing with these kind of families as well. So like I said, I want to bring that to the table. And I also have more than 10 years, of course, experience as well dealing with single family households and that kind of thing at a local shelter and transitional housing program that I worked at as well. So that's as far as professional. Of course, I've dealt with men, the baby's fathers, and that kind of thing in those years as well, teaching life skills classes and all those kind of things every week. I did all kind of stuff, creating programs and forms and redoing the programs and forms and that kind of thing. Like I said, I have a lot of experience with stuff like that. So like I said, I want to kind of bring all my family, all the information that I know about families and how they, of course, I guess like their dynamics and some of the issues that they can have, especially when you're talking about blended family households and those, of course, who are adopting, who are fostering, who are stepmoms, stepdads, that kind of thing. So, because I have personal experience with that as well. So, like I said, I definitely wanted to bring those kind of things to the table and not just focus on. I mean, I love the actual relationship, the couples and stuff like that. I do love that as well. Trust me, that's my number one. I do love that, but I also want to bring a different aspect aspect to the game as well to deal with those family dynamics when it comes to the kids and the different kind of families that can be created within people and within communities and stuff like that. So like I said, I definitely wanted to bring that. And like I said, we're dealing with all that and doing all those series and stuff like that I just got finished doing with the couples. I realized that I wanted to make sure that this page was dedicated to, like I said, to relationships. With those two, with the couples and with the families, I wanted to make sure that I, of course, elaborated on that some more. And, of course, posted information about, of course, I'm hoping that we can keep families together. That's what I guess my main goal is, of course, keeping the families together, but also empowering each individual within that family to be their own leaders, I guess I put it that way, to, of course, be more self-aware of who they are and where they fit in, and to, of course, speak their truth and tell their story in whichever way that they see fit, whether that was verbally, handwritten, or typed, or however they want to do it, dancing, singing, music, that kind of thing, artistry. Like I said, I definitely want to make sure that the individuals within that family, of course, were empowered in some kind of way, and were, of course, exhibiting their own innate leadership skills. Like I said, that's the focus that I'm going to put towards the group, as I'm realizing as I'm speaking, actually. I kind of thought this a little bit earlier, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But as I'm speaking, of course, that's exactly what I want to bring to Speak Your Truth, and the Speak Your Truth community. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, the business, I know it's going to deal with those relationships and those dynamics, those couples and those family systems and that kind of thing. But I want to bring to the community, as I'm, like I said, as I'm thinking now, as I'm working through and processing things, as far as making sure that community focuses on helping the individual within that relationship, of course, become empowered and be able to, of course, speak their truth and tell their story. And like I said, as I'm thinking about that now, that's exactly how I want to make that community. I guess I put it that way. So I've been, just to let you all know, I've been kind of grappling with how I wanted to, of course, have this community. Um, excuse me, whether I wanted to focus specifically on relationships or how I want to do things. And like I said, I've been thinking about that today as far as just trying to get clearer on my message, on what I'm trying to bring, the information I want to put forth, the content I want to put forth. And like I said, that was one of the things that I was thinking about most of the day today. Excuse me, good Lord. What's going on? I mean, this afternoon, I guess, rather. But like I said, I definitely want to bring that to you all. And I just kind of want to, I know this is my journey, as far as my success in life and business, but I know I am not the only one that's out there, of course, having issues and trying to, of course, still become clear on what kind of business model or what kind of processes they want to go through in their business or what kind of content they want to have. I know I'm not the only one. Yes, I may be talking in this video about myself and that kind of thing, but I'm not the only one who still needs to be clear and concise about what is going to happen within their business and within their life. This just, I know that I'm speaking about business, but like I said, this applies to life as well. Because if you don't know what you want, if you're all over the place and that kind of thing going back and forth, you will never be able to, of course, be on a clear, consistent path to growth and that kind of thing. Yes, you'll have some growth, but you won't have consistent growth and everlasting growth. I guess I put it that way. So like I said, it's definitely talking about life as well, not just business. But like I said, I know I'm not the only one out there who, of course, is having issues with still getting clear on their messages. And that's one thing that I want to bring to you in this video, because like I said, I'm still grappling with what to do with my messages and how to get clear with them on my business page and on the group page on Facebook, Speak Your Truth. And like I said, that's something that I'm really grappling with. Like I said, I'm today getting a little more clearer about what I wanted to do, how I want to present that, and I'm thanking God for that, because of course I know with me and my mind, I'm all over the place, but I know God at least, of course, centers me. I guess I put it that way, and gets me to think about and just calm down some and reflect and that kind of thing. And that's what I've been doing. So, and these videos, of course, help as well. I guess I put it that way. But it's definitely, I had to, of course, get clear on my message. I know that now. And that's the reason why I can tell you, I guess, for those who are in business, that if you're having some problems trying to, or of course, figure out what you're trying to talk about in your business, or figuring out who you're trying to target in your business, the reason you're probably having that issue is because you haven't gotten clear about who you're, of course, speaking to and what you, of course, provide. I guess I put it that way. You have to know those things in order to, of course, move. Sound like it's raining outside. I'm sorry, y'all. But in order to, of course, move forward in business with your actual goals, your plans, your whether you're doing lead generation, creating ads, or whatever you're doing, you have to know who you're speaking to and what kind of program, what kind of product, what kind of service you have. You do have to narrow those kind of things down. And like I said, has been an issue for me for a long time. I put it that way. How to be clear and concise in your messaging and in your business. Like I said, that's the same thing applies with life. If you're not clear and concise in your life, people are going to run over you. You're not going to have the appropriate boundaries set up to, of course, knock out all those crazy things that's coming towards you. I guess I put it that way. The negativity, the craziness, the chaos, and all that kind of stuff that could be in your environment. Like I said, you definitely have to get clear and concise in life as well, so that you can, of course, move forward on your journey instead of moving zigzag, crazy, and all kind of things going on. So like I said, I just want to bring that video to y'all this evening. I'm trying to see if there's anything else besides getting concise in my business, clear and concise in my business, there is with the TDA, the Tribe Domination Academy, the group I told you all about. that I joined in like the last month. We are just starting our work groups. I reached out over the weekend to a few ladies, and it just didn't work out. I guess I don't know. I guess they just weren't interested in being, I guess, a partner. I guess in the in creating our work groups. So I was going to give up, but I decided not to, and I reached out again to about 3 or 4 different ladies, and of course I set our Facebook Messenger group up today with 3 ladies. So now it's 4 of us, and so we have our first Zoom call tomorrow at 7 to of course get to know each other and to find out what we all are working on, so we can of course start holding each other accountable, and like I said, of course, to assist each other if we need in that process as well, which I'm sure I'll need that. I'm sure others will need that as well. Like I said, that's what we're doing right now, and I'm definitely glad that I did not give up and just say, oh, forget it, and I'm not going to worry about it no more and just try to do things on my own. That's been the problem for a long time, doing things on my own and thinking I know all the answers and thinking I know this, and when I'm failing at this and that, instead of reaching out and asking for help, humbling myself to ask for help. So like I said, with that, I just want to remind you all that of course there's nothing wrong with asking for help, to always do so. I know me and we, I guess all of us seem to think that times that we asking for help that makes us look weak or makes us look like we don't know what we're doing. But like I said, in asking for help, for me, I need another perspective on how my business model sounds, on how my um, plans and my mission sounds, what I'm trying to do with my business, that kind of thing. So I need to run that past people. Like I said, I know I can't just keep running it past myself. I'm not really getting anywhere. I'm getting more confused or getting more jumbled or whichever the case may be. So like I said, the work group I'm sure is going to be definitely a really good thing for us. I hope that everybody shows up on tomorrow. So like I said, it'll be 4 of us ladies from all different parts of the country. I guess I put it that way as well. And I think one may be African. I think world as well. So that'll be awesome. So like I said, definitely meeting some ladies and learning how to further network, use my networking skills to, of course, build and cultivate relationships as well. That's what I'm going to be getting out of this. Besides, I guess, like the coaching and the information and grow my business, but I have to know how to grow my network as well. Because I know where the network is, that's where your net worth is. So, and I know that no matter who I'm partnering with, I guess I put it that way, that we never know who we're talking to, who we're sitting next to, who we're networking with. One of these ladies can be the next president. We never know. One of these ladies can be the next owner of a Fortune 500 company or create the next Facebook app or something that's going on. We never know. Or creating the next concerts, anything. We never know what may be going on with the folks that we're, of course, communicating with and talking to. But we have to feel comfortable in order to, of course, know how to approach people, learn how to cultivate those relationships, and keep that line of communication going, which I plan to do with this as well. Like I said, it won't stop there. As long as I'm in this group, I'm going to try to connect with as much ladies as I can, ladies and gentlemen as I can. I think it's mostly ladies in here though, but like I said, try to connect with those as much as I can. And I've also been, just to let you all know, talking about networking and expanding. I have been using the little group tab thing in Facebook, where it lists like all like your groups and all like the last or the latest comments and posts and that kind of thing. Starting, actually that was yesterday, but actually since Saturday, I've been going down that little list and commenting on different posts that I see that may have fit my situation or experience that I may have had, that kind of thing. So I have been doing that, and I have been reaching out to people, leaving my comments, adding value anywhere that I can to get my name out there, to get my expertise out there, and to, of course, start building some relationships with folks that I do not know. So like I said, those are some of the things that I have been doing. That's been working out well, actually. I've been getting a lot of friend requests from different coaches, different people, speakers, event planners, different things that I, of course, have interest in. So this has been good. Like I said, I'm definitely going to keep on going and definitely keep expanding as much as I can. Because I know, not saying that the Facebook page I have now, I know I have a lot of friends on there now. But I'm, of course, not to say that I've gotten used to them like that. But I know that I need another set of friend group. I guess I put it that way. Some folks who are doing way better than I am doing. I guess I put it that way. Whether it's business, well, especially in business, because that's what I'm focused on right now. Making sure that those people, of course, are making way more than I am. They're not working a full-time job anymore like I am, and they're actually working in their business full-time, or business is full-time. Those are the kind of folks I know I need in my life at this time to, of course, push and propel me to go forward with the plans that I have for my business and for myself. So like I said, that's definitely what I'm working on and what I'm looking forward to seeing I guess, the journey with this, I guess, with that particular portion, I guess I put it that way, and see how things turn out and see what kind of relationships I can cultivate and see what we can all do together. Work, I guess, how we can work together. I'm always thinking about that, but like I said, I haven't taken the action to actually do that, so I'm doing it now. So, because I never know who I can work with, partner with at some later date. It could be for a video or for a workshop, for a conference. You never know. So, like I said, I'm definitely going to enjoy this journey as much as I can and trying to cultivate the relationships that I have not done before. Like I said last year, y'all, this 2020, even though we're having the COVID-19 crisis, I don't care. Well, can't say I don't care about that like that, but it's not going to stop my plans. I guess I put it that way. One of my goals that I had for 2020 was to, of course, like I said, cultivate those relationships and get my ass out there and network. So, like I said, that's what I have been. I can't get out there and network, but I have been doing it online as much as I can. So, like I said, that's definitely what I'm doing, and that's the promise I made to myself that I have to, of course, create me a different kind of friend group and social, I guess, associate group, that kind of thing. So I can, of course, broaden my horizons, expand my view of the world and what is possible, what the possibilities are. Like I said, I was specifically looking for people who are, of course, doing way better in business than I am doing. I'm just a starter. I'm just starting off in all this, but with this business, I put it that way. Because the other business I had before, I closed it a few years ago, but this is a new business. It's something that I know with coaching, speaking, and writing, and doing conferences and things like that. That is exactly the mission that I've been on for a long time now, for years now. But I was scared to, of course, step out there on faith and go ahead and start things and get things going. But I've chosen to do that in the last, few months, I guess. I put it that way. So like I said, 2020 was my year to, of course, build those relationships. From 2020 on, from now on until whenever, to, of course, continue building those relationships. And like I said, that was a promise I made to myself. So I'm definitely on the route to doing that. It may be going not as fast as I want because of all this stuff that's going on, but that is okay. Like I said, it still gives me the time to cultivate, to, of course, so they can see what I'm posting, so I can see what they're posting, so I can see what kind of how we can mesh together. I guess I put it that way. So that was my promise to myself for this year. And like I said, COVID is not going to stop that. I promised myself that. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I don't think I have anything else, actually. I think that's it. Oh, well, I do have one more thing. Some of you all, well, none of you all probably know, but I have another group on Facebook called Staycations and Experiences, where I'm actually talking about, well, it would have been, of course, me planning some staycations. A staycation is like a mini vacation in your city, in your town, or in your state that you can take and do and experience different things. Because there's a lot of times that I know in my life, or people's lives that I've known, lived in one community for 20 years and had never even ventured outside that community to even know what else is in the state, what other kind of ranches they may have, or wineries they may have, or fun places they may have in the state, attractions, all kind of things. So I want to bring that to the people. I guess I put it that way. And it's based here in St. Louis, but of course anybody can join the group. And I also put that post in this, invitation in the description of this video as well. But like I said, I did do a video this morning because I've been doing some at-home staycations and experiences. I guess I put it that way. And I was talking about like those big old giant boxes that we usually have, like with our furniture or electronics, that kind of thing. How we can use those to, of course, create fun, imaginative play. Of course, I put it that way. So definitely, if you all can, of course, come join the community as well. And like I said, there's more focused on event planning, traveling, that kind of thing. Even though I cannot get out to, of course, create any events right now, but like I said, definitely we can create events and experiences at home. So like I said, that's what I'm basing things around at this time. The staycations, definitely staying at home and staycationing at home, and of course, like I said, having those experiences. So like I said, I did a video in that group this morning. So I just want to invite you all out. It's on Facebook as well. It's called Staycations and Experiences. Like I said, I will put that information in the description of this video. So if you want to go ahead and join that, you can feel free as well, especially if you're into travel and you want to know what's in your state, how to go back, finding what's going on, all those kind of things. I will, of course, talk about that as well in that group too. So, and like I said, I wanted to, of course, introduce that to you all as well. And I wanted to remind you all, of course, I am, again, Tonetta Clay. And this is my channel here on YouTube, Tonetta Clay channel. I guess you can say because it's just my name. And for those who haven't, of course, clicked the subscribe button yet, to, of course, subscribe to my channel, especially if you like the content and want to hear more about my journey, please go ahead and do so. And when you click the notification bell, make sure that you set it to all so that you can receive all the videos that I upload while I'm on this journey. And, of course, I upload other videos as well, maybe from some cute little TikTok videos and stuff like that that I put on there as well. I have some cooking demos that I have on there, but I'm talking about life and business in those videos as well while I'm cooking and creating, so, or baking, because I've done baking videos as well. But I'm still, of course, focused on the journey in life and in business and those kind of lessons and the experiences that I've learned that I want to bring to you all, that you all may have already known or may need to know. I guess I put it that way. I may need help getting through. So with that, again, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I want to say everybody have a great evening, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. And down in the comments below, please let me know if you have any experience with, I guess how your experience has been going with, of course, learning to network and get out there and get yourself known. I guess I put it that way, and your experience, I guess, in getting clear and concise in life and business, and what kind of experience you had to get it clear and concise on, and kind of how that's impacted you. So definitely leave that down below in the comments, and also, of course, where you're tuning in from too. Is I want to know where you all are tuning in from and a little bit about yourself. So definitely, like I said, put that down in the comments, and I want to thank you all again for listening to my video and listening to my journey at this point, and I guess my journey in success in life and business. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in. And again, this is Tonetta Clay, and this is my channel, and I hope to see you all next time. Alrighty, y'all. Bye-bye.